Hello, welcome once again to the Human Music Daily Live Stream with yours truly, Quincas Moreira. And we're continuing on our project of creating content for my very own private, well, let's not call it private, personal music library. Not private because I'm making it publicly available for use in your videos for YouTube and so on. As soon as I have 10 of these, I will master them, finish them, upload them as an album to the streaming platforms just to have them registered. And then I will upload them to my upcoming website, humanmusic.org. We're working on the logo and visual identity and things like that. It should be up relatively soon. And when it is, these songs will be available for free download and mostly royalty-free use anywhere you might want to use them. And I say mostly royalty-free because they will be registered with BMI, so if they get used in radio or TV or film or anything like that, more mainstream, more high profile, then they will generate royalties for me. But pretty much YouTube will be free, and all social media use, you can use it on your Instagram posts, TikTok posts, Facebook posts, anywhere. It should be free for you. I might get some money from Facebook themselves or Meta or whatnot, but that's their problem, not your problem. So anyway, that's just a brief catching up of what this is about. I am a composer. I've written many songs for the YouTube audio library, which might be why you're here, might be why you follow my channel. And I know that I get a lot of followers from that, from people who like my songs and hit subscribe to the channel. Not necessarily people who are actually watching my videos, but I'm thankful nonetheless for the follows, likes, and attention. And I just dropped some tea here on my desk. Yeah. Alright. So, yesterday we started and nearly finished a blues tune. And the way I did it is first I recorded a little bit of drums and found a nice loop. And set the grid of the session, of the Pro Tools session here to that loop, where we got roughly about 70 BPM. It says 139.9 here, but it's a slow blues, so we can safely assume that it's actually half of that. So half of 139.9, let's call that 140, would be 70, right? So it's pretty much a 70 BPM shuffle blues. After that, I recorded with my new Yamaha bass that I just got on Friday. Lovely bass. It's a, this guy over here, check it out. It's a PJ style bass. It's the BB 734A, because it's active passive. And it's currently my favorite, like more classic 4-string bass. I have some other weird stuff like 6-string basses, 5-string basses, fretless basses, headless basses. But as far as like traditional ones, I do have a jazz bass, I do have a P bass, I do have a Stingray, and I'm liking this thing more than all of them. Could be just because it's new. We'll reassess later on. And then I recorded my guitar, which is this thing over here. This is one of those weird ones, headless Ibanez thing. And I actually did some Sharpie art on it because I thought that one was very boring. And this guitar, it looks weird, but it's actually a very classic sounding and feeling guitar. Both the neck the pickups, everything about it feels like you can get those Strat, Les Paul, and Tele kind of sounds out of it. It just sounds like a guitar. And it's tuned down to C sharp drop tuning, which gives it a slinkiness. It makes the strings very loose, very low tension, so it allows you to do some pretty extreme bending and stuff. I think it's the tuning that Albert Collins used, so he could do on his Telecaster. He could do those extreme bends and so on. And then we recorded some keys. Started trying with Hammond, and then I think I ended up settling on a electric piano sound. And then we recorded my harmonica, which I have right here. It's a Golden Melody diatonic harmonica. Worked pretty good. It's a good sound. It's not so bendable, so bluesy. It's like some other models, but it did the job, I think, to get that sound in there. Whenever I do a blues, I try to use the harmonica, because where else would I use the harmonica? And I have it, and I can play it a little bit. So might as well, right? So now I'm thinking there are a couple of little things that I want to do to this song. One of them is fix up the ending so it feels like an ending. It doesn't quite feel like an ending yet. And the other one is to replace the loop, the drum loop, with actual drums played all the way through. Right, I only made a loop, so it'd be kind of a metronome to compose with. And now I like to play drums over everything else. Kind of do like little fills and cymbal hits, and maybe change the vibe into right cymbal at some point. You know, just give it a little more life, make it a little more, less repetitive, less boring. And I think I will do a second guitar that's more lead, because the guitar that's on here is pretty much just rhythm guitar, just doing harmony. So why don't we give it a quick listen to where it is right now, and then we'll go on with these little fixes. It should be fairly easy and quick today. Just finish this up, and I don't know, I'll decide if I want to start a new thing or if we'll call it a day when we're done with this one and start something new tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to focus on a new synthesizer that I got from Erica Synths, which is the Steam Pipe. It's a very unique physical modeling based synthesizer that I'm pairing with my little instrument, which is an MPE multi-expressive controller. So I think they are a really wonderful match to go together. And very unique and interesting and original. So that'll be tomorrow probably. Right. Okay, so let's have a listen. Actually, I think it sounds good. It might even not need that other guitar. Maybe just like give us a break from the harmonica at some point. Have a guitar solo in there, replacing the harmonica for a little while. But I think the harmonica does a good job of being the protagonist, of being the top line on this, and it's very idiomatic, very authentic to the style. So I think mostly we just need to fix the ending and redo the drums, and then we'll decide if we want that like slide guitar on there, perhaps, and maybe like a Hammond organ solo at some point too. Just create some variation. So this is a 3.5 minute song, so it can get a little boring to just, since there's no vocals, right? Normally there'd be vocals, but these are all instrumentals I'm making. So anybody here care to say hi in the chat? Please do. I'd love to know who's hanging out, if anybody is watching and I'm not all alone. Okay, so you can see my beautiful face. And, so the ending right here, I feel like it does like an extra little thing that's unnecessary, so we're just gonna cut it. Right, it does dun dun ding at the end. That's not necessary, so let's just down da down da down da down down boom. Right, and this should be the end right here. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm gonna get rid of this down down ding that's on the bass. Looks like the guitar also does it. Do I have like a longer guitar? Yeah, that little longer guitar note will do well. We'll cut that bass so it ends on that note. Get rid of this little thing here. And we'll make this the last note here, so we have like a quicker end. Let's crossfade. Here we go. Right, let's hear what the organ is doing. Yeah, we're just going to take that last note there and put it where everybody else is doing their last note. There he goes. Go crossfade here. Get rid of that click. Yeah, it's starting to feel like more of an ending. Let's see what the harmonica's doing. think this might work as the last note there. Yep, it's starting to feel more final, right? And of course the drums will help once we record them. David Kaiser, good to see you here, my friend. Was just listening to some blues harmonica. Interesting. So this is me playing blues harmonica. The Brazilian guy living in Mexico trying to play authentic blues. But you know, I did play a lot of blues when I was just starting out. Happened to be that a lot of my first musical friends were blues enthusiasts, both in Brazil and the States. So I do feel like it's kind of part of my personal history and tradition to do some blues. It doesn't come too difficult to me. So now let's do this. We're gonna bounce the drum loop to a separate track so that we can open these up to re-record. So what I'll do is right after the sub drums track over here, I'm going to open up a stereo track called loop, and our sub drums, I'm going to route them to that track called loop. Set that to record, and we're going to record just one loop of the drum loop, and then we'll multiply it, duplicate it. Right? So now we can open a new playlist for the drums so that I can record. Right? Now this is our loop right here. It's just the drum loop that I did yesterday. Recorded into a single stereo track. And what we're going to do is duplicate it until the end of the song. It's just one bar. We'll duplicate it because this is going to act as our metronome, right? And here's the end of the song. Right. So I'm just going to use this as a metronome because metronomes are boring. And now here's a trick I do because I like to, you know, I'm my own recording engineer and everything, and have been for as long as I can remember. Even when I did work at a big studio and I had assistants, I still preferred to be alone in the studio. It's just kind of a solitary process for me. So I developed ways to not need a second set of hands. One of them is to have a count off, an 8-bar count off over here. And what that does is it gives me time to walk over there to the drums, grab the sticks, sit down, take a breath, and then start recording, right? Need to set all the drum tracks to record enabled. Right? So in Pro Tools, when you select, you can use Shift to select all the tracks, and then if you want to do something to those selected tracks, you just hold Shift Option on your keyboard. So I hold Shift Option and click on Record Enable, and it'll record enable only those tracks that are selected. Now I'm going to turn on my, I forgot to turn it off, my transmitter for my wireless system that I use for my headphones, so I don't have to stretch a cable all the way over there. So I'll just plug it in and plug the USB power on it. Now, let's have a look here at the click count off options. We want it during count off only. We want it to click. And we're going to generate a click track. I think I have one here already. I'm just going to unmute it. So this is just going to give me clicks until it starts recording. Once it starts recording, the click goes off, turns off, so it goes quiet, and I'll hear just the drum loop that I'll play over. I'm pretty much going to play the same thing as the drum loop, except that I'll add a little bit of variation here and there, just to make it a little more lively, a little more interactive with the song. And that should be almost all we need. I think, I mean, we're here, we might as well play around with maybe a guitar solo, maybe an organ solo, to add variation to the song, as I've mentioned. But, hold on, I do need a pair of headphones. I'm going to go downstairs and grab them real quick. Oh, there they are. Oh no. Oh, guess what? Guess what? I made a mistake and I left my receiver on as well. Which means that the battery's dead. So I'm gonna have to charge this. So that means that for right now, we are indeed going to have to use a cable extension for my headphones. I normally like to use this wireless thing, it's really handy, but I'm gonna have to let it charge for a while. And in the meantime, I do have headphone extensions over here that I can use. This wired version. It's always good to have a backup plan. People don't count on only one solution to your needs in the studio, because something like this might happen, right? I'd have to, well, you know, one solution would be I would use like a USB battery near the drums to feed the receiver. That could work too. So, you know, there's more than one possible solution to these things. Alright, so I'm going to plug the AKG monitoring headphones on there, and I need one of these little covers here, one of these things. Somebody said it's an award. It looks like an award of something, like a penis thing. Meme on the internet. Anyway, we'll plug this in here. And now I'm going to swap headphones. Right here. These are my streaming headset that has some microphone built in. I'm going to put that down and we're going to grab the recording headphones now. And go over there, the drums. Set to record here with that 8-bar count off. And that should give me enough time to get ready to record over there. All of the microphones look like they're in place as they should be. And yeah, ready to go. Let's do it. single take. Maybe I did too much variation. Luciano says, bom dia, Quincas, tudo bem, meu amigo? Tô vendo a live aqui, parabéns. Parceria, composições, canal infantil. Legal, Luciano. Nice. Thank you for reaching out, my old friend, Luciano the brother. Looking forward to hearing from you and talking about collaborations. Anyway, let's mute the loop now. That was just our metronome, right? And let's listen to what this drum take is sounding like. Oh, it looks like my kick is too loud. Might have clipped. Yeah, it looks like it did get kind of square there. Let's have a quick listen to just the kick drum track. Huh. Oh, right. We need to reassign. Remember that I assigned the sub drum outputs to the loop track in order to record it. We need to put it back out into the main so we can hear it. Well, you know, it doesn't sound like it distorted too bad. So let's listen to the whole. Yeah, it's not sounding bad. And check it out, no plugins on the drums, eh? Just nice mics, nice room, nice drums, nice mic positioning, and I have a little bit of reverb, and that's it. Now in the sub drums track we can put in a little bit of a compressor if we want. I like to use a 1176 style. Already that glues it in a little bit more, and we can use a little EQ at the end to give it some shape. Let's just get the Renaissance EQ4 here. Let's scoop out a little bit of the low mids and give it a tiny bit of brightness. But you know, all in all, these drums sound really good just as is. Maybe they have too much reverb. We'll bring down the drum reverb track here a little bit. Alright, now let's listen to the whole composition and see if the drums, if I make any glaring mistakes, any bad timing moments that need to be fixed, if I need to do an entire new take. Have a look. By the way, I forgot to bring the camera over closer to the drums, but I guess you could probably still see me play, right? And this camera was right here, so yeah, you can see me play a little far away. But anyway, the point of this camera is to move it around and put it, you know, facing what instrument I'm playing at the moment. And I forgot. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's have a listen again. Yeah, I like it. Definitely like that I'm doing some fills and changing up the cymbals. Yep, that's nice. Little drum break there with a fill. Open hi-hats, cymbal, go to the right now. Yeah, I think I did it in one take, folks. Now, here's the part of the harmonica I don't love. Maybe this is the spot where we can replace the harmonica with a guitar solo. So let me mark this spot. Cool. The ending's still not totally convincing because I feel like I need some kind of a more defined phrase, but I can probably do that with the next take, which, yeah, I like the drums. I like them. I think I did okay. I didn't like mess up too bad. I did fills where they were appropriate. I changed up the cymbal sounds from open hi-hat to close hi-hat to ride. I think I did pretty good there. So now here, where I made a little hole in the harmonica track, I feel like maybe the keyboard is already doing enough of a solo there, so maybe all I need to do is bring up the keyboard track volume, and that'll fill that out. So let's hear it. Hey Emanuele Ferraroto, welcome again to the stream today. Actually, we started yesterday, and we're picking it up today. All I did today so far, though, has been redo the drums because I had originally recorded just a loop, this right here, and we used that loop as a metronome to to record all the other instruments. So my new Yamaha bass. Here it is again. Loving my new BB that I just got brand new at the store, at the Yamaha store here in Mexico City. There's an actual Yamaha musical instrument store here since the 40s, I think. It's pretty old. And anyway, so now I'm trying to make some holes here from the harmonica being so prominent, because I think it gets a little tiring, and trying to have some other instruments take the spotlight. So here I'm thinking that the piano does a good job. Now maybe let's do a little guitar solo with the should I use the Ibanez that I used for the rhythm guitar track, or should I go get my Telecaster perhaps and play it with a slide? I think that'll be good. Let's go do that. Give me a second. Why don't you listen to the track while I go get the Telecaster? So yeah, just a single take of drums. The idea was to make those drums more dynamic, more interesting. So rather than just a loop, have, you know, drum fills, cymbal changes, little crescendos, things like that. And I think I did it okay. So if any broke, don't fix it. Why do another take if my first take was okay? Really nice one. Thank you, Emanuele. Alright, so now I've plugged in the Telecaster. No, I haven't plugged it in yet. Oh, where's the cable? The other end of my nice guitar cable is plugged into the Ibanez guitar. Plug it in to the Telecaster now. Sorry about the noise there. And here it is, my nice Nashville, because it's got a third pickup here, like a Strat. Normally Telecasters don't have a pickup in the middle here. And this is a Mexican-made oh, it's really out of tune. Let's tune it up. I plugged it into my HX Stomp pedal right here. This thing does everything. So it's a really nice platform where I can choose not only my amplifier sound, speaker sound, but also any effects, any distortion, modulation, anything really. And it's also got a tuner. It's really all in one wonderful one-stop shop for both bass and guitar tones. Now I don't always use it because I do like to vary. I think I'd get lazy and just start using the same presets always. And so I try to challenge myself to use different things. Sometimes I use the Pod Express, which also sounds really nice. It's also line 6. Sometimes I use an actual amp. I do have a little monoprice 2-band there, 5-watt thingy that does really interesting sound. But today I think we're going to go with the HX Stomp. Now this is in G. So this guitar just came back from the luthier and it's playing like butter. It's so nice. It just had a setup, new strings, new nut. The nut it came with wasn't great. I put a different pickguard on it. Came with a different one, the white one, the creamy one. I put this one on there, and I was having some trouble with static sounds, so I grounded it. I put copper tape in the back and connected that copper tape to the bridge. As you can see, a little piece of copper there. And that got rid of all the issues I was having. So it's really a dream Telecaster. Mexican made. It's a Player Plus Nashville. Super nice guitar. And I don't like it more than the Ibanez, but I like it different. I think for a blues such as this, it'll do really well. Alright, should I use a slide? Why don't we give it a try? So let's open up a new track here. We want it to be stereo because the outputs from the HX Stomp are stereo, so if there's a reverb there, that'll probably be stereo, so it'd be nice to record in stereo. We'll call this track Telly for the Telecaster. And remember to assign the correct input channels, and this is going into ADAT inputs 7 and 8 from my extension. Okay, we've got this nice stiff little pick here from JHS Pedals. Now I'm wondering if I should mute the harmonica and just do solo with this guitar the whole time and then pick and choose where. Should I do that? Maybe, why not? No. Oh, actually it looks like it's channels 5 and 6. Maybe that's 5 and 6. There we go. Make sure in options here, make sure we have low latency monitoring selected, and we do. We have heat on, which is like the Pro Tools simulation of like old school analog mixers and tape recorders. So it gives it a little bit more vintage sound, kind of like the Harrison mix bus idea. And let's let it rip. Oh, okay. Remember I had that 8-bar count off to give me time to go over to the drum set. We don't need that now because I'm sitting right here. So. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should try a take without the slide. So we'll save this take. Call it teleslide. Mute it. Oh, it looks like I wrote slide instead of slide. Hold on. Slide. It's because this Mexican keyboard has an Enya right after the L. Alright, we're gonna start another stereo track here and call it tele pick. Oh, just tele. Because I did use a pick for the slide take as well. Let's make sure it's input 5 and 6. A dot 5 and 6 here. And we're going to try a new take. And I'm going to turn up a little bit too, so I can hear myself a little better against the background. Alright, let's try it. Alright, I want a stronger start here. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know which one you all like better. With the slide or without the slide? Any ideas? I don't know. I think let's try one more take. where I will use the slide again. And I feel like the slide sets it apart from the rhythm guitar a little better. Let's also retune it because we've done some pretty hard bending there. And this, even though this guitar has locking tuners and a graphite nut, it's still subject to going out of tune. And it has. Always a good idea, folks, when you're producing recording, to check the tuning on your stringed instruments often. Unless you're intentionally going for an out of tune thing, it'll make your life easier if everything's in tune. This guitar is sounding and feeling so nice. I'm having fun with it. Slide sounds more bluesy, but without also has a charm. Thank you, Emanuele. Yeah, I don't know. I think slide, the slide will work. But let's do another take, and this time we're going to let the harmonica, we'll hear the harmonica. And maybe interplay with it somewhere. Right, so we'll start a new Tele 2, or let's call it Tele Solo, just to differentiate. We want it to be stereo audio track, and again, make sure it's 8-act input to 5 and 6. A little sip of my tea. Grab that slide again. Nice. Very nice guitar sound. I'm liking it. Right, record enable, and let's try again. yeah, I think I like this take the best. Let's not make this more complicated than it needs to be. Pretty straightforward blues song here. Right, let's turn down the volume on the HX stop and hang up the tally for now. Hey. And let's have to listen in a bit of an edit, because now it definitely sounds too busy. Hello, just got here, watching a little bit while making some sound effects at the same time. Cool. Hi Danilo, nice to have you join us today. Some of my my usuals are here today. It's always nice to have your company. So we're doing the blues, and yesterday I recorded a drum loop, my new Yamaha bass, rhythm guitar with Ivan is headless. Here's the bass. Right, this was the drum loop that we recorded over, that I played. And then today, oh, and I recorded harmonica as well yesterday, right, which I never get to do unless I'm doing a blues, right? And then today also we did some electric piano yesterday as well. And then today we recorded the drums, where we did drums that actually follow the song and do fills and change textures and have dynamics and stuff. So that made the song more real sounding, more like a real band playing, right? And then right now we did a couple of takes of solo guitar, like a lead guitar, to play off of the harmonica, so that the harmonica isn't the only protagonist in this thing. So let's have a listen to the harmonica and guitar solo, and maybe we can choose a little bit where each one should happen. Let's go. Alright, let's start with just cleaning up the intro a little bit. So it looks like the rhythm guitar has a little tick boom button, right? Or I could start right here with the when the drums have a fill, right? Actually the bass does a note there. Alright, so why don't we clean up everything that came before that, so we have a nice clean start for the song. And we'll also put a marker right on there, so we know where the start of the song is. Let's hear it without the guitar solo. Or maybe just have it softer, and we'll pan it left, so that the harmonica is to the right and the tele is solo to the left. Yeah, you know, I'm thinking that for a while we should hold off on the Telecaster solo and just let the harmonica do its thing for a little while. So let's try that. what if we let the harmonica off here and come in with the guitar solo instead in this portion to give it a little break. We want this in sleep mode. Because my computer is responding a little slow today for some reason. And we'll just mute the guitar from before then. So there's a couple of little things I don't like about it. There's one little note that kind of dies before it should, so let's have a listen. Yeah, this note right here, it should be longer. So let's try to paste a different version of that note over there to fix that. So other than that, it actually does sound pretty good. So yeah, and it even does a little down bend which could fit. So let's listen to that. Maybe we'll let the beginning of the original note happen and then do a crossfade. See if that's not too easy to notice. Maybe let the original note last a little longer. Huh. Try that first note, repeat it here. Here we go, that works a little better. It doesn't feel like that weird, like, cut off that was happening before. So let's start again, coming from the end of the harmonica solo. Here's another note I don't love. Like, this note right here is wrong. There you go, just cutting it worked this time. I didn't need to replace it with anything else. Let's give it a little EQ, and we'll get rid of some of those low frequencies. Probably could use a little compressor there too. So, oh wait, I was EQing the wrong thing. I was EQing the Telecaster. And a little compressor. The Renaissance Axe. Made for guitar, but it works well for these kinds of keyboard sounds too. Alright, so another thing is when the keyboard solo starts, I like that the guitar keeps going, but I think it should be softer. So we're gonna automate the volume down a bit. Try to make it subtle. There's a couple of spots here where I think the guitar is getting in the way of the keys, so let's just delete it. Yeah, we'll come back there. I like it. I think at the end it works really well to have the harmonica and the guitar together. Like it gives it a more intense moment, which is nice as like a climax for the song, for the ending of it. So I think we might be done, folks. Any suggestions? Anything bothering you? I'm gonna hide and make inactive the MIDI here. Also the two tele tracks we don't need, we're gonna hide and make inactive. For some reason I don't like to throw anything away. Just in case I change my mind in a future date. I want to get like one of those licks from the non-slide guitar. I don't know. Probably won't happen. I won't even remember these tracks, but still I don't like to throw them out. And É incrível sua forma de compor químicas totalmente incomparável, seu som, técnicas exclusivas e maravilhosas iluminações eletrônicas com sons naturais. Thank you, Luciano. Thank you. Thank you for your nice, kind words. He's saying that he likes my way of composing, incomparable, exclusive techniques, uniting electronic sounds with natural sounds. Now, not this time. This song is just natural sounds, so to speak. I mean, I guess you could say that I used an electronic keyboard for that, but I used an electric piano sound with that. So. Luciano, he's saying. Danilo is saying that my audio was off. Weird. I guess yeah, it looks like my mixer went offline. So you're picking up the audio now from, I think, the camera. Yeah. And screen capture is taking care of the sound from the software. So thanks for letting me know. This has been happening sometimes. Yeah, Danilo, I turned on the audio feed from my camera, so we're not hearing from this mic, I don't think. If I rub it here, you should be hearing like a you're not. I don't think so. So yeah, it looks like my Mayono USB mixer went offline, but thankfully we have this option of having the camera audio. So we're just gonna finish the stream like this. Okay, so what I was saying was that there are a couple of notes here in the Telecaster solo where it's sounding along with the harmonica that I don't love, so maybe I'll cut them off. Let's hear it. Yeah, this feels like, this note here sounds like tentative, like it's not fully confident. Just this one note. Let's zoom in a little more and clean up the edit. And hopefully once the rest of the track is sounding, we won't notice it too much. Maybe we just need to bring it up in volume a little bit. This and this up to here, it felt like my picking hand got soft. So let's hear it with a little bit of a boost. There we go, that's all we needed. Just a little volume boost. I could probably do like a little boom on the drum at the end there. Yeah, but I'm okay. I'm okay with this kind of this deconstructed kind of jam session ending there. Makes it sound human, right? That's the whole point here. Humanmusic.org, folks. Coming soon. Where all these songs will be available for your royalty-free use on YouTube and other social media platforms, and so that you don't have to use AI crap. As long as I shall live, I will be making human music for you folks to use in your stuff. So count on me and other composers like myself for that. And yeah, I think we're done for today. Thank you everybody who joined, and we'll see you tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to focus on the totally different style of music tomorrow. right? We did a blues today. Tomorrow's going to be like atmospheric, electronic, maybe cinematic kind of a thing, because we're going to be using the Erica Synth's steam pipe synthesizer that I've been practicing on and studying. We'll be using it in conjunction with the Linstrument as a controller, a multi-expression controller. So it's going to be an interesting stream. We'll see what comes out of it, and eventually it'll be edited down into a proper demo of the synthesizer. So, hey Ten Hall, welcome. 12 bar bliss. Thank you. Yes, it's been a 12 bar bliss today. I love playing the blues, so this was a lot of fun to do. It'll be a nice welcome addition to the repertoire, to the human music library, coming soon to a website near you. Alright, thanks again everyone. I'm always, I don't like farewells, so I ramble on here before I say just goodbye and click off, but now's the time. Thank you again. See you all tomorrow. Oh, it looks like I moved my cursor over to the iPad. There you go, we're back now. Okay. And, alright, see you soon.